Alright, how we doing? We are back for another, probably not the last, but it had to be done. Another PC part picker build featuring Ryzen. This time we're going to go for a middle of the road kind of build. I'm going to set a price limit of about $1,000, something that you'll be able to game at maybe not 4K, but definitely 1440, no problem. So let's get the Ryzen 7 again. And the Ryzen 7, 1700 is super solid as a price point here. 300 bucks for an 8-core 65-watt TDP clocked at 3 gigahertz, and it boosts up to about 3.6, or not 3.6, 3.5 with XFR. So, you know, if we're going to do this, I think we're going to go Ryzen 5 actually. We'll go Ryzen 5 with a 1600. The X variants of these have never really had much use, honestly. And since I'm making this into a gaming kind of middle of the road, 6 core should be perfect. So we'll go with the 1600. Choose a cooler. And with these Ryzens, you really have to get a nice cooler so you can get the full effect of your XFR. So we're going to go with a 240 mil rad. And maybe we'll theme this one black and white. I'm a huge fan of black and red. Ooh. We're gonna do black and red just because I dig black and red. Currently have my cat rubbing all over my hand right now. Stop it. So, budget build, going with B350 instead of X370. Jesus. Fighting the cat just to be able to even click on anything. MSI usually is black and red, yeah. So we'll go with this guy right here. Price point on that. On $100. I can dig it. Memory, again, needs something that's fast, so DDR4 3200. We'll go with an 8 gig set, heat spreader, black and red. Team Dark Pro. What even is that? God. You know, I almost want to have a webcam going just so you can see what I have to put up with just to get these out. Mushkin Red Line. It's kind of dope. Not gonna grab it, but it's kind of dope. Come on. I dislike this heat spreader design, honestly. But it's the only fucking red one. So there's that. Where's that putting us? A little under $500. Storage. Again, gaming build, so you're going to need a little bit of SSD room here. We'll go with a 256 gig. Hopefully. 256 is 90 bucks. Or I saw a 250. 6 gigs for 10 bucks. I think I'll go with the Western Digital here. At a 250 gig SSD for your important stuff. And then Western Digital, a 1 terabyte. Because if you're just storing games, you shouldn't need much more than that, I wouldn't think. 7200 RPM, of course. Actually, we'll make it a hybrid. Maybe we won't. From Western Digital, at least. So we got a Firecuda hybrid. It's 2.5 inch though. Need 3.5 inch. There we go. Yeah, we'll go with that. Actually, it's $10 to get a 2 terabyte. That's 2.5 inch though. I don't want 2.5 inch. Totally don't want 2.5 inch. Okay. Because then you lose the little bit of cache you do have. So there's that out of the way. And since we're doing budget-ish oriented, where are we at? 640. I can't use up all of that. So we'll probably do an RX 580, 8 gig. Should allow you to play at 240p without issue. Seriously? Can I has? I want a picture of it, black and white, which would work perfect if I had went with the black and white cooler. There's a little bit of black and red. Excuse me. There we go. Gaming X. See the price difference between the Power Color and the Gaming X. 15 bucks. I'll go with the Power Color. And what's the clock difference? Exact same clock. Power Color. Easy, easy. 1440p setup. And we're at 870, so we'll get a case, a black and red themed mid tower, black and red, front panel USB 3 of course, side panel window, whoops, missed that, because you got to be able to see the pretty build. I'm kind of a fan. It's got the red accents. I'm kind of digging that, honestly. Let's see. Ooh, that's like a stealth. I'm liking both these, the Deepcool and the Rosewill here. Eh, I've never been a fan of NZXT because it's so bland. But maybe, maybe. Show me what we got. Oh, I dig that. The honeycomb mesh up front. I'm a huge fan of that. But I'm going with the Deepcool because this case looks super sweet. Power supply, what are we running at? Okay. Probably get a 550-ish watt power supply. Now we'll go with 650. And semi-modular with 80 plus gold. No, I can't go with 80 plus gold. 80 plus bronze. I don't have the budget left. So Rosewill Hive is what I have in here, not this exact one. But I'm going to go with EVGA just because it has a better warranty than Rosewill. And don't need an optical drive. I do want a wireless network adapter on this. Since I have the extra space, let's see what a PCIe. AC, obviously, I need AC. 30 bucks? That's not terrible. Yeah. Toss that in. Oh, it just puts us over the top of that. Man. Okay, well that's not entirely needed because the USB 3.0 is what I'm using right now and it's plenty fast. So USB 3.0, 802.11 AC. Man, that doesn't drop us off that far. Honestly, that doesn't save me much money. I want to get under. I'm going to get under. Just gotta figure out how to drop $9. Could go without the hybrid drive. I think that's what we're going to do. Drop down to not a hybrid drive Western Digital or Seagate, whichever one will get me 1 terabyte at the best price point. You bastard. Yes. Alright. 2 terabytes, 65. Okay. I'm not going to get the Barracuda ES because that's an older model, but we'll go with this right here. That'll drop me down under the $1,000 price point, and then I can get my PCIe network card. There. Everybody wins. I'm actually curious the kind of speeds people are expecting. Is there any comments? Oh, it has Bluetooth on there as well. Oh, that's kind of sweet. Nice. I'm kind of actually digging this. Okay, yeah. That's solid. We're gonna go with this guy here, not the 4.2 revision, just because of the ratings left on it. And that'll bring us to our total here. Awesome. Okay, so to recap, looking at the AMD Ryzen 5 1600, clocked at 3.2 gigahertz. It's a hexa-core, so 6 cores, with the SMT, so total of 12 threads. It'll boost with XFR up to about 3.6, 3.7, especially since I have a decent AIO. It's a 240mm rad, so you'll definitely be able to see the XFR push that, which is kind of like uh, the boost, what is it called? Something Boost 3.0 for NVIDIA graphics cards. Man, I wish I could remember. Turbo Boost? Whatever. The point is, it intelligently ups the clock speed based on the thermal headroom, which isn't going to matter too much because with the motherboard I got, I'll be overclocking anyway. The cooler touched on a little bit there. It's the Deepcool Captain 240EX. It's a 240mm AIO with black and red accents here. Super cool. And something I like about this one is it pushes 153 cubic feet per minute. Those fans are screaming. But if we look at the noise level here, 31 dB is right around a whisper. So these are some really good fans on there. Motherboard, looking at the MSI B350 Gaming Plus. It's an ATX motherboard. Black and red accents there. Memory, G-School Ripjaws 5. It's a 8 gig 2x4 gig kit. DDR4 running at 3200 megahertz. Storage, I got a 250 gig Western Digital Blue 2.5 inch solid state drive. And for your slower storage, you're gonna put the occasional game that you play or something that's too big to warrant being put on the SSD. Got a Seagate Barracuda 1 terabyte, 7200 RPM, 3.5 inch mechanical drive. And for video card, we're running the PowerColor RX 580. It's an 8 gig card. This is their Red Dragon model. Got that because it's red. Should fit in this case. Ooh, I didn't even check if it would fit in this case. That would completely destroy this. 255 mil. And it'll support it easy. No problem. Awesome. Which brings us right into the case that we were just looking at actually. It's the Deepcool KENDOMEN, I hope, red ATX mid-tower case. It's got these nice black accents on the front, and then on the inside here, all of the trays are accented black. I dig that. That's probably, if they had this in a full tower case, I'd probably get that from my next case. Power supply, we're running the EVGA BQ 650 watt 80 plus bronze semi-modular power supply. 650 watt, we'll explain why in a little bit, but there's a reason I went with that exact one. And for our wireless network adapter, just because you don't have to have it, you might have a network adapter already, which would cut down the price of this build even more, and then you could reinvest the $30 into maybe something a little bit better, a little bit more storage here, maybe get a hybrid drive instead. Gives you more options if you already have the item, obviously, but, excuse me. Got the Gigabyte GC WB867DI PCIe Express times 1. It's an 802.11 ABGN AC Wi-Fi adapter. And from the product page, it was boasting max speeds of 867 megabits per second, which is smoking fast. And it also has Bluetooth capabilities, which is super sweet. I'm going to be going with that. My wireless adapter that I have is a Netgear. Thing was $80 for a USB 3.0 one. It's super fast, but PCIe Express should be faster than the USB 3.0 interface, and with max speeds of 867 megabits, I shouldn't notice any performance difference, and it comes with Bluetooth capabilities. Awesome buy. Grand total of $981.91 after shipping and rebates. So we're just under that $1,000 price point I had talked about, and I could totally bump up the Western Digital or maybe get a little bit faster memory, something. I have $20 to work with here. I could get right to that $1,000 price point, but being that I've never bought off of PC Part Picker before, I'm not positive if this includes tax. I don't think it does. So this $20 headroom here gives you a little bit of room for tax. Might have to drop down to include tax. And to get into why I chose that power supply, our estimated power draw is 372 watts after overclocking the processor, the 1600, and our possibly RAM. I've never actually overclocked RAM, and this should be perfectly fast enough to get the full Infinity Fabric effect from this Ryzen 5 1600, and then overclocking your RX 580, you're going to be past that about 400 watt estimated headroom. So going up to 650 watts gives us plenty of room to grow when we are upgrading components or overclocking, and it'll increase the longevity of your power supply if you're not always sitting right at its maximum. So with that in mind, obviously link will be down in the description there, and I think that's it for now. Oh, I should go over the prices actually. Oh, everything is super stagnant. Nothing's dropped. Yeah. You probably won't see any different prices in this in the near future. It's been about the same for the past almost month, with like these drops here would probably be for just quick sales they had to try and push inventory kind of thing. But I think that'll do it for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's kind of a middle of the road Ryzen build. I'm going to do a couple more Intel builds soon, but I'll see you guys in the next video.